Insomnia can feel unbelievably isolating and exhausting. It can sometimes feel like no matter what you do, whether it is cut out caffeine, take melatonin, you're taking all the supplements, nothing seems to work. And that's because insomnia is also how we relate to sleep. It goes far beyond just our habits. So today I'm going to be covering 5 mistakes that you're probably making that is keeping you in this cycle, and also what you can do instead. And hi there, my name is Fiona. I am a former chronic insomniac turned holistic sleep coach. I help other people overcome insomnia holistically without strict rules or even medication. And today I'm not going to be talking about your classic sleep hygiene tips, nothing like meditation apps or binaural beats or melatonin. We're going to deep dive into the psychological aspects and beliefs that are probably keeping you in the cycle of insomnia, and specifically what you can do instead if you feel yourself, trapped in these very common mistakes. Mistake number 1, and most likely the most common mistake, is that you are trying to fix sleep instead of allowing sleep to happen. And yes, this is a very, very common mistake, because if you are not sleeping, you have the impression that sleep is something that needs to be fixed. However, the more you're signaling to your brain that sleep is something that you need to control and almost fix yourself because you don't trust your body to do it naturally, the more you're actually feeding into this idea that wakefulness is a threat and that sleep is something that needs to be controlled. In fact, sleep is something that happens when we allow it to happen, when we trust our body to give it to ourselves naturally. So even if you have been struggling with sleep and you are trying to fix your insomnia, the way out of it is actually through learning how to re-allow your body to sleep, as opposed to actually trying to fix it. Mistake number 2 is that you are looking for a quick fix. Unfortunately, insomnia is not something that happened overnight, and it is also not something that you usually recover from also overnight. Everybody has their own recovery time frame, but the more you rely on cheap sleep aids and all of these small little quick fixes, the more you're actually signaling to your brain that you do not trust it to give you sleep naturally. In fact, allowing yourself to detach from the timeline and expected recovery is also something that's going to help you recover long term. You are allowing yourself and you're giving yourself the time to actually rebuild that trust in sleep, and also rebuild that relationship with wakefulness in a way where you are signaling to your brain that you aren't in fact in the position of threat that it feels like it's in. Mistake number 3 is that you're too focused on why your insomnia started. And the reason why this is problematic is because if you are anchoring your insomnia to something that happened in the past, it is quite difficult to see recovery as something that is possible in the future. Yes, insomnia is something that was most likely triggered by some kind of sleep disruption that happened in the past, but the reason why you are in the cycle of insomnia is because of how you have related to that sleeplessness in the present moment. So detaching from that past trigger is so important for recovery, because it allows you to actually break things down to a day-by-day basis instead of actually seeing this bigger picture and problem that is rooted in some kind of past event that you have absolutely no control over and no ability to change. Mistake number 4 is that you are pushing away discomfort. Insomnia, yes, is deeply uncomfortable. It is emotionally exhausting. You feel the physical fatigue, but you're also trying to run away from that feeling. The more you try and push away the experience of insomnia, the more it actually perpetuates, because you are almost, again, signaling to your brain that the struggle is real, that you are in a battle with sleep, that you cannot allow yourself to be in that position of discomfort. Hence, you are trying to escape it by controlling sleep and the outcome of sleep. The way out of this is truly to fully detach to the outcome of whatever happens. So whether you sleep or do not sleep, your reaction to that event needs to in some way remain neutral. And even if you feel huge amounts of discomfort, whether physical or emotional, you need to learn to actually detach from whatever your mind is telling you and learn how to react in a different way regardless of what that outcome is. Mistake number 5 is that you are delegating sleep to something external to you. That means that you believe that something you do externally is the reason why you sleep. Let me explain. This could be medication, melatonin, any other kind of sleep aid. You need the perfect dark room and environment. Whenever you think that sleep is something that is controlled by some kind of external stimulus, the less trust you have in your own body's natural ability to find sleep. Reality is, sleep is always something that your body takes care of for you naturally without you needing to intervene. The only reason why we feel comforted when we take these things is because we reduce the own pressure, or like the pressure that we're adding on ourselves and our own sleep, and we're allowing something else externally to us to take care of that task for us. If any of these mistakes feel like they resonate with you, just know that this is also unbelievably common. Whenever you are met with something that feels threatening to your own survival or your own well-being, your body's natural ability is always going to be immediately to try and take control of that outcome. Whatever you're trying to do in life, and also through this situation, is try and escape any future discomfort, whether it is the potential threat of not sleeping or the emotional discomfort that comes with it. So know that the number one, path to recovery is recognizing these mistakes. And 2, slowly with time, you can learn to dismantle them in a way that feels comfortable for you. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you gave me a like and a subscribe. Also, please leave me a comment on which of these mistakes feels like it most resonates with you. And if you ever want me to cover something specific or have an insomnia related question, feel free to reach out.